Back to Black is the 2024 musical biofilm directed by Sam Taylor Johnson, written by Matt Greenhalgh, and stars Marisa Abela. Let's take a look. Hey there guys, thank you for coming back to Cinema Bear. My name is Eric Ortiz and thanks for being so patient with me. Full disclosure, I love doing this channel. I love talking about movies and reviewing them. I'm also a filmmaker and last couple weeks have been a little bit busy. So yeah, forgive the gap, but you know, let's get into it. Back to Black. This is essentially the biofilm that kind of covers the very short life of Amy Winehouse, very talented musician, a wonderful singer, and it covers her life in a way that I wasn't really anticipating, in the sense that we see how Amy has these negative influences around her and positive influences around her. She's someone who's got people that are in her life that can help her or not, and for the most part, tragically, she chooses the latter, not the former. In terms of the performances overall, they're incredibly good. I will have to say Marisa Abela is fantastic. She really captures not only the look of Amy Winehouse, which is, you know, kind of important in these movies. No one ever likes to say that the character or the actor playing the character version of this person should look like them, but it helps. It kind of like bridges that sense of disbelief that we have to have when we see these movies. And she nails not just her voice, but the mannerisms and, you know, the twitches. I had the pleasure of seeing this movie with a Q&A and saw Marisa and Sam Taylor, the director, talk about the movie. And even as Marisa was talking about her experience making the film, you saw, I wish I'd recorded this, but actually no, I don't wish I recorded it because I was there live and I was absorbing what she was saying, and what she was saying was freaking awesome. And as she's talking about it to us, you see the performance of Amy kind of creep in, and how she's committed. And this movie benefits tremendously from her being as committed as she is. It reminded me a lot of Kingsley Ben-Adir's take on Bob Marley earlier this year, where the soul and the essence of that person that we miss and tragically wish was still around is preserved in this dramatic piece. And yeah, just amazing work all around by her in particular. I think it's a star-making performance. In terms of the rest of the cast, I would say that they're competent to very good. Nothing really stands out. I mean, you can make the argument that Jack O'Connell as Amy's on boyfriend slash husband slash abusive-ish relationship partner, his performance is actually excellent, but it's nowhere as good as Marisa's. In terms of the directing, Sam Taylor Johnson does this very clever thing where she uses a lot of the locations that Amy Winehouse actually performed in when she was starting off in her career. I believe in the Q&A she mentioned how there were 70 locations that they were able to take advantage of in the course of the 40 days of the shoot. And you can tell that when they're shooting in these small clubs and these small venues in the streets of London, that it's almost as if we're there with Amy just kind of hanging out. And there's an attachment that you feel through this characterization of Amy Winehouse. I personally am not a big music guy, and I know of Amy Winehouse, but not necessarily of all of her music. I know Rehab is like such a huge hit that everyone's heard that at least once or twice. But it was kind of cool to hear the connection between her songs and her life. We see a lot of texture in Amy's face, and we very subtly see her downturn in terms of her issues as an addict. And it doesn't hit you over the head with it too much, but it gives you clues. It gives you like these little hints as to why she would go down the path of alcohol and then into the harder drugs. And I'd say of the movies that Sam Taylor Johnson has directed, this is one of the better ones, and I think this is some of her best work. Now that we've been nice, I'm going to be a little bit extra critical. Had it not been for this amazing Q&A that I went to, a lot of these things that I'm describing to you would kind of just not matter. Yes, Marisa is fantastic. Fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. But if you look at this movie objectively, it's okay. I appreciated the music. I appreciated Marisa is actually performing the songs herself, sounding very close to Amy Winehouse, kind of like Val Kilmer did with The Doors. Full disclosure, I was gonna attempt to do a Memory Lane Monday with The Doors in honor of this film, but time did not permit. If If you still want me to review The Doors, let me know in the comment section, because that movie's pretty gnarly. And as macabre as it is to say, Amy and Jim Morrison are part of the 27 Club. That said, this is an okay movie. A lot of the tropes of the musical biofilm are still here. There is the artist that no one knows who's incredibly talented, that has the family that loves them. There's their rise, and then there's their fall. And one of the tragedies of this movie is that a lot of Amy Winehouse's actual life is the fact that her rise and fall kind of intertwined, and we never get to really see, I guess the word that comes to mind is joy in her becoming a huge success. Every step of her life is just like shrouded in some tragedy or some pain. And one of the things the movie does do well is that it doesn't flinch at mentioning how Amy is not a victim. Amy is not a damsel in distress. She is a strong person who does what they want. Consequences be damned, and we all know what the consequences were. So ultimately, at the end of the day, I would say this movie is Cineinteresting. If you're a fan of Amy Winehouse, I think you'll get something out of it. If you're a fan of musical biopics, of course you're gonna get something out of it. There have been better musical biofilms than Back to Black. I'm not gonna tell you to go rush out and see it in theaters. And I'm not going to give you grief if you say I'm going to wait for it to show up on streaming. Thank you very much again for watching Cinema Bear. My name's Eric Ortiz. Please do me a massive favor and just hit the subscribe button. I would super duper appreciate it. And the idea for this channel going forward is to have a video every Monday and every Friday, time and work permitting. And I'll probably try to sprinkle some other videos in the other days of the week just to, talk about more movies, because so many movies are coming out right now. But yeah, come back for Memory Lane Monday. Till then, take care, and I'll see you then.